जनरल आइडिया। सबसे पहले माइंड मेकअप करेंगे आप, अपने माइंड के अंदर माइंड मैपिंग स्किल्स को प्रिपेयर करेंगे। आप सोचेंगे व्हाट इज द टॉपिक, टॉपिक क्या है, टाइटल क्या है, फिर उसके बारे में आप जनरली एनवायरनमेंट से संबंधित वर्ड्स को उठाएंगे, एटमॉस्फेयर से रिलेटेड जो आपके माइंड में वर्ड्स हैं उनको कैप्चर करेंगे, माइंड से रिकलेक्ट करेंगे। कौन से वर्ड्स हैं जो आपसे फैमिलियर हैं, जिनके प्रति आपकी फैमिलियरिटी है, आप ऐसे शब्दों को आपके माइंड के अंदर सर्च करेंगे तो स्टार्टिंग हो जाएगी आपकी इस ऐसे को लिखने की। जैसे नाम आपके सामने आएगा ट्री प्लांटेशन, ट्री प्लांटेशन सिंपली जनरली यूजुअली आप सोचेंगे plants are the lifeline not only of this modern time but forever, in past, in present and in future, because plants and trees are the backbone of every country, of every nation. Similarly, in this modern time, as it is a part of nature, it helps us in taking the air more and more, in taking the oxygen in. Numberless uncounted advantages and merits it has in our life. Plantation is celebrated in India as a festival. We celebrate in our country it as a function. We celebrate it in our country as a festivity where numberless godly people participate in planting more and more trees. Every common man, layman, gentleman of our society, bottom to top, root to fruit, he wants to have greenery around itself. In our home, we have a park, garden, that is also the form of a green atmosphere, green environment around us that improves our eyesight. It gives us oxygen, it gives us fruits. There are some medicinal plants we have grown in our surroundings that helps us in improving our health. So really plantation is very helpful. Sometimes we become the victim of pollution. We find there is air, fire, soil, sky and water pollution. So all kind of pollution can be abolished, can be eradicated by planting more and more trees. Some trees are worshipping trees in our culture because of their medicinal value, because of their religious importance, because of their spiritual values. We worship them like a god. So really, tree plantation is very beneficial for us, especially in this month of August. After rain, we plant more and more trees easily. Environmentally and atmospherically, these plants grow naturally. Ultimately, finally, I would like to say that tree plantation is really helpful for our life, for enhancing the talent, manner, style, standard of our Indian scholars and professionals. They must grow more and more trees in the environment, and not only they are to grow it, but they should protect and preserve it like a friend. So tree plantation is really the part of our spirituality. which basis our India is not in the world. Numberless ideas you can prepare about it. Second, increase in population. How you can start writing this essay? First of all, you have to generalize the topic. How to generalize it? Population explosion is known as the biggest drawback, shortcoming point of our modernity, modernization. But increase in population, if there is quality of population we have in our country, then it is advantageous for us. And we see in the reference of our India, after winning from Corona, India is one of the largest country in population. India has the biggest manpower in the world. According to our President Prime Minister Modi ji, if the USA, the America is the most ancient democratic country of the world, then our India is one of the biggest democratic country of the world. It is really a matter of proud for us with having a great manpower. In previous time, we have seen, we have observed that numberless scientists, doctors, engineers, many personalities went to the USA for serving in that country. But today, in this modern time, India has grown in the form of highly developed minds. So India has the power to export a great mind. India has power to export qualitative mind to the brain trade. We can get a lot of benefits for our country. In this information technology, every scholar, every citizen of this nation have become the best user of this technology, who has the power to address, who has the power to work in the world. So it is really a matter of proud for us. Ultimately, I would like to say that increase in population is not always Ultimately, I would like to say that increase in population is not always disadvantageous, but it can become advantageous, meritorious if we have working population in our country. So it is really helpful for our scholars. In the third age of computer, while studying, writing about age of computer, you can select some words in your mind through the technology. Generally, simply, usually. In this age of computerization, privatization, digitalization, electronification, we have become very advanced in all the fields of technology. So computer is also the part of the high profile technology of the world, because computer works like a man's mind. Undoubtedly we can say that our mind, the maker of our mind, is stronger than this computer, but being a technological advancement, we can count numberless blessings of this technology. That is the result of our advancement in our modern standardization. So this is all about age of computer. You can write, generalize, then particularize, then its merits, then its demerits. What are the demerits of computer? Because today in this modern time, our youngsters have turned towards using computer, mobile, laptop, electronic devices more and more. Why are they looking after operating them? because they have cut them off from the environment and nature. By doing so, by becoming so, they cannot create the creativity, cooperativity and generativity for the futuristic generation. So it is very essential. We have to use the computer, but we have to keep limitation in our mind. We are not to misuse this modern advancement of this time. You can write such kind of ideas if you have to write this essay in your examination. Fourth is the importance of English in this modern age. What is the history of modern English? When English companies came in India in 1600, East India Company came in 1600 for spreading out their business, but their real aim was to spread out the effect of language in the world. Today, English is an international language. It is a link language in business world, in the world of technology, education, agriculture, industry, communication, transportation, air force, navy, NDA, defense, banks, all are using English terminologies, English terms they use in their departments that help them in understanding the meaning of literary terminology of any particular department. So like this, you can develop this idea in it. Next is means of transportation. Hello? Our all scholars who are listening, watching, directly every YouTube channel. Means of transportation. In the ancient time, there were the old and the most ancient means of transportation was ऊंट गाड़ी, घोड़ा गाड़ी, and bicycle, and man himself was helping, so he was able to travel on foot. But in this modern time, we have developed a lot of means of communication in this modern time. Our means of transportation like trucks, buses, cars, railways, aeroplanes, ships, all run by petroleum. But now this modern time, we use electric bike that help us in protecting the environment, that help us in preserving the environment, and we use more and more electric bikes. This is the advancement of this modern time. Next, means of communication. In the means of communication, when you see in the past, there were birds, animals. They helped us in communicating each other. They were helpful in providing the written letters from one place to another. But today, it has been changed in the form of mobile, laptop, computer, other electronic devices we have developed in the form of means of communication. But in this most modern technological time, we are using internet, social media, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Google, websites. These are the common means of communication through which we communicate. Our every common user of the mobile from our village, he or she knows that how to operate computer, how to have been spread out. So such kind of ideas you can learn with means of communication. Next is revolution in information technology. In ancient time, there was the revolution in industrialization. Revolution in industrialization means that there was increase in production, there was a numberless raw materials, numberless manpower, markets, everything was available at that time. So what was the result of it? Consequently, there was first World War in 1914 to 18, and there was second World War in 1938 to 45. This was the result of revolution in transportation, revolution in industrialization. But in this modern time, revolution in information technology is really helpful on some extent, not entirely. So you can sum up this thing. In the industrialization, you can develop your ideas for use, rising prices in the market. We observe that our food items, our daily using products, all have become costly, which is a great burden on our late and gentlemen, common man of our society. Next is nature. What is nature? Nature means 5 elements of our human body, by which our human body is made. That is air, fire, soil, sky and water. These are objects or elements of nature. These are the parts of physical nature. Similarly, around us we have the sun, the moon, the stars, the sky. All these are also the forms of nature. We have around it and we worship them in the form of God and goddesses. It is a part of our culture. Thanks. Dhanyavad.